Hello everyone, and welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating world of Kubernetes Cluster Federation. If you are managing multiple clusters, you will find this concept crucial. Let's dive in. Cluster Federation is all about centrally managing all the clusters under your control. Think of it as creating a cohesive unit that binds different clusters together. A common approach is to federate clusters regionally and then globally. Here's why. It lessens blast radius, minimizing the impact of potential problems. It reduces the computational load for federated clusters, leading to more efficient resource management. Let's dive into common patterns of cluster federation in production environments. Management clusters, observability clusters, federated software deployment. Management clusters are specialized clusters that manage other clusters. These are often logical places to run shared services, such as CI/CD and container registries. Utilizing the Cluster API, a set of Kubernetes operators, custom resources like cluster and machine resources can represent other Kubernetes clusters and their components. A common pattern is to deploy the Cluster API components to a management cluster to handle the infrastructure for other workload clusters. However, there are some cons to be mindful of. There is usually a need to strictly separate concerns between the production tier and other tiers, often requiring a dedicated management cluster for production. The cluster autoscaler typically watches for scaling events within the cluster it scales, but the management cluster contains the controller that manages the lifecycle of workload clusters. Alternatively, the Cluster API can be run in the workload clusters in a self-contained manner, still using the management cluster for lifecycle management. For instance, controllers or workloads in the workload cluster needing metadata or attributes contained in the Cluster API custom resources can access them locally without accessing the management cluster. Next, let's talk about the Observability Cluster. The Observability Cluster supports the regional approach to federation by allowing federated Prometheus servers to scrape subsets of metrics from other low-level Prometheus servers. It offers a streamlined way to monitor various clusters, enhancing the transparency of your system. This is just one way to provision an observability cluster. Now let's dive into federated software development. Federated software development defines workloads destined for multiple clusters. It allows for the ability to federate any API type used in Kubernetes, like federated versions of namespace and deployment types, to apply resources to multiple clusters. You can centrally create a federated deployment resource in one management cluster, leading to multiple remote deployment objects in other clusters. Currently, the most common approach is still using CI/CD tools configured to target different clusters when deploying workloads, providing for flexibility and control over various environments. Management clusters, observability clusters, and federated software development represent a rich and complex landscape in Kubernetes, and there is so much more to it. Providing mechanisms to efficiently manage, observe, and deploy across various clusters. Exploring these concepts can unlock powerful new capabilities to your Kubernetes deployments. Thank you for watching. If you found this information valuable, please like this video and subscribe to the channel for more insights into the world of Kubernetes, DevOps, and much more. Feel free to leave any questions or comments below, and I'll see you in the next meeting.